and welcome back to another episode of The Mat. My name is Kat and I am your Nesta Sport Certified Yoga Instructor. We're starting a series on the Yoga Sutras and living with mercy and compassion. And the Yoga Sutras were written by Patanjali, and he is the founder, or what we profess to be the founder, who we profess to be the founder of yoga. And we're going to start today by talking a little bit about mercy, compassion, and karma. But before we get into that, I just want to share with you, I was reading in the newspaper, Weekend Warriors Take Heart, It's Okay to Cram in Fitness. So you're only getting in exercise on the weekends, but there's no need to feel guilty. A new study finds that weekend warriors reap about as many benefits, at least when it comes to longevity, as those who exercise more often. Researchers in England surveyed nearly 64,000 adults, average age just under 59, and found those who got in the recommended 150 minutes of moderate exercise in 1 or 2 exercise sessions had about the same risk of death as those who spread their exercise over more days. In other words, the overall volume or physical activity may be more important than how many days you exercise, at least in terms of mortality. So I found that interesting. Results showed that the risk of dying was about 30% lower among the weekend warriors compared with inactive adults, and 35% lower for the more frequent exercisers. That's why I tell you to try to get it in over several days per week. Fitness expert and AARP Wellness Ambassador Denise Austin applauds the findings, but emphasizes the importance of spreading out physical activity over the week to reduce injury and give your muscles time to recover. 20 minutes a day or 2 in the middle of the week, she says, can give your body the shape it needs for more activity on the weekend. And I have to agree with that. But I just found that interesting in that study, and I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so let's talk about this. What is mercy? Mercy is compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm. Compassion. What is compassion? Compassion is sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. How does this apply to us? When we study the Yoga Sutras, we also learn about karma. When we take charge of our karma, we show mercy and compassion to others as part of that. And by doing that, we are living authentically. So I'm just going to talk to you today about living with compassion for others and mercy. We can't avoid the difficulties or problems. They're going to come up in life. But the good news, we can change our karma. We can change every aspect of our lives. And you're going to ask me, well, why would I want to change my life? So I'm going to answer that for you. Changing your life, your karma is going to change deep within your being. And this is for the better. The Buddhists believe that happiness is for eternity. Not just for now, but for other lifetimes in the future. When we change with our mission in mind of being full of compassion and doing better karmic acts in our life, we awaken the eternal happiness within us. So if you ask anyone on the street, what does karma mean to you? They're going to tell you, well, karma is the stuff that happens to you for the bad stuff that you did. That's pretty much what I found, what people think it is. Let us study together for a minute. What really is karma? Karma is a Sanskrit word for action. It is the happenings of cause and effect, and as the Buddhists believe, it goes beyond life and death. I want you to think of it like this. Every thought, every action, every word that crosses your tongue, and how we act every day, every moment, every second. These are like little seeds that are planted. And our body is the garden of our life. And the seeds or causes can sit quietly in our garden of life in our body, in our mind. And they could stay that way just now. Maybe they're going to open up one day, or they're just going to stay dormant. But from time to time, under a certain circumstance, the seed's going to reveal itself. It's going to waken up, no longer a seed. And the results are going to be either a reward or a punishment. This is how we believe that karma actually comes to be. The Buddhists believe that it's not just now, like I said, but it's also the past, before today, the present, and the future. There's 3 existences of life. Now, I'm not a Buddhist, but I do study this because I do study all of the teachings of all the religions. Let us examine the general law of cause and effect. Our actions at any time, they're going to become part of cause and effect. And the Buddhists believe if we hurt others, if we lie, if we cheat, if we steal, you get the picture, these things are going to express themselves in the present or in the future with bad effects back to us on our life. And if, not being a Buddhist, if I wanted to start believing this, or if you wanted to start believing it, we would have to do something positive for every bad thing that we've ever done before. Imagine that. If you just sit back and think, because we're all full of sin. So the things that we've done, we'd have to do something good, a good action for every bad deed, in order just to rid ourselves of the past karma. Never mind today and what we may do, what might slip off the tongue, or something we may do and regret. We'd also have to stop making bad decisions and acting in a manner which leads to bad karma. This would leave a lot of us feeling like we don't have enough time in our life to make up for the things that we may have done or said that hurt others or caused a bad outcome. The best news is that we can change just simply by striving right now, today, to do better with our karmic words, intentions, thoughts, actions. This is not just for our own happiness, because we're not self-absorbed. It's for the happiness of all beings. If we spread this type of behavior by starting it within ourselves, we'll begin to immediately change the direction of our life. We'll no longer feel hopeless or powerless. We're seeking our laundry list of sins to be cleansed by wisdom. The Lotus Sutra says, "Then the host of sins, like frost or dew, can be wiped out by the sun of wisdom." Your negative karma is the frost and dew. It's built up over years. It just didn't happen overnight. And when you apply the principles of good karma and happiness, Buddhahood can't help but warm your soul like the sun on a warm summer morning, just like the sunlight evaporates the frost and the dew off the window. As we strive to clean up and make change, we're going to run into opposition. People or things are going to no doubt interfere with your attempts to clean your house. Some Christians might say that's the devil at work. You need to look at those times as added bonuses. Yes, that's right, added bonuses. And I say this because by overcoming the difficulty, you've actually now naturally removed some of that past karmic event that had gone on in your life. So by suffering, we are actually erasing some of that past karmic negativity out of us. That much is certain. It's going to happen in your lifetime. There's going to be ups and downs. By believing and devoting yourself and showing others by your actions this path that you're going to walk down, you have removed negativity by going through your troubles. with a positive and a helpful and I can do this attitude. And that's probably the most important part, because if you don't have that, then you're not being authentic about this, you're not being truthful, and you're not going to do this. You're just going to say it, but you have to show it with your actions, not just I'm going to do better tomorrow, or I'm sorry, or I hurt you. No, that doesn't do it. When we make the choice to meet and overcome difficulty by faith, by our actions, and by how we live, that means with compassion and mercy for others, we enable a new perspective on what is suffering and just how bad is our problem. Or is our problem the problem at all? Are we just making it into something it's not? Through experience, we show each other how to become a winner at life. If we constantly change our karma and we're being part of that authentic mission, that's going to allow us to take anything negative that ever comes up and transform it to a positive, thus transforming our own destiny. And that is the true essence of what karma is. So now I hope you have a better understanding of it. It's not just, well, this person did bad things, so he's reaping it now. He's getting it now. No, that's not what karma is. Karma is much deeper than that. And we have to really concern ourselves with how we live our lives. Doesn't matter how young or how old we are. This is a very important life lesson. And I look forward to doing the Yoga Sutra studies with you. And I hope you enjoyed the first lesson. And we will be back with more shortly. Namaste.